In a small private school in Seattle in the 1960s, a curious young boy sat glued to something most people hadn't even heard of yet, a computer terminal. His name was Bill Gates, and though he was only 13 years old, he already felt more at home in front of a keyboard than anywhere else. While his classmates were playing sports or hanging out, Bill was busy teaching himself how to code. It was the start of something extraordinary. Unlike today, computers back then were rare, bulky, and intimidating. But that didn't matter to Bill. He spent hours experimenting, writing simple programs and debugging lines of code until they worked. He was fascinated not just by what computers could do, but by what they could become. At school, Bill met Paul Allen, another boy with a passion for computers. Together they tinkered with machines and talked about the future. A future where computers wouldn't just sit in labs or government offices, but in homes, schools, and businesses around the world. By the time Bill was 17, he and Paul had built a small company called Trafo Data. It analyzed traffic data for the local government, a modest venture, but one that earned them a few $1,000s and, more importantly, real-world experience. Fast forward to 1973, Bill entered Harvard University. On paper, he had it all, one of the best universities in the world, a bright future and a brilliant mind, but his heart remained with technology. Then came the day that changed everything. In 1975, Paul Allen showed Bill a magazine featuring the Altair AD800. The first commercially available microcomputer. The two friends realized this was their moment. The future they had imagined, computers for the average person, was no longer a dream. It was starting. Excited, they contacted the makers of the Altair and offered to develop software for it, despite not having written a single line of code yet. Within weeks, they built a programming language called Altair Basic that ran on the machine. It worked. The company loved it. Bill Gates made the bold decision to drop out of Harvard. Many questioned his move. After all, how many people left the most prestigious university in the world to chase a risky dream in a brand new industry? But Bill wasn't chasing money. He was chasing impact. He and Paul founded a company called Microsoft, short for Microcomputer Software, and began their mission: a computer on every desk and in every home. The road wasn't easy. The early days of Microsoft were filled with challenges. Late nights, endless code, fierce competition, and constant rejection. Most people didn't understand why personal computers would ever matter. Mainframes were for corporations. Why would families want one? But Bill never wavered. He believed in the future he saw. In 1980, Microsoft got a break when IBM asked them to develop an operating system. Bill didn't have one, but he licensed the system from another company, improved it, and called it MS-DOS. It became the standard for IBM PCs. From there, Microsoft took off. It launched Windows, bringing graphical user interfaces to regular users. For the first time, ordinary people could use computers without typing complex commands. Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint followed, tools that transformed offices around the world. By the 1990s, Bill Gates was the richest man on earth. But his journey didn't stop at success. Despite his wealth and power, Bill realized that the world was still full of problems that technology alone couldn't solve. Poverty, disease, lack of education, and access to clean water. In 2000, Bill and his wife Melinda launched the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, pledging to give away the vast majority of their wealth to help improve lives globally. They tackled challenges like eradicating polio, fighting malaria, improving sanitation, and funding education for millions of children. Bill once said, "If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake." His life proved those words. Even after stepping down from his role at Microsoft, Bill continued working full-time at the foundation, visiting rural villages, meeting scientists, and investing in long-term solutions to humanity's greatest challenges. From a kid obsessed with code to a billionaire philanthropist, Bill Gates built not only a software empire but a life dedicated to using intelligence, opportunity, and passion for the betterment of the world. Moral of the story: you don't have to follow the traditional path to change the world. Bill Gates teaches us that. Follow your passion, even if it defies expectations. Believe in your vision, even when others don't see it. Success isn't just about what you build, it's about what you give back. You don't need to be a genius or come from privilege. You need curiosity, courage, and a commitment to something bigger than yourself. So whether you're a student, a dreamer, or someone just figuring life out, remember, the future isn't for the safe. It belongs to those who bold enough to build it.